service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC and Jib Jab Greetings. I'm Bud Lowell. Your full AccuWeather forecast is always on top here on your CNC local pages. For the second year in a row, there's an on-time budget agreement. Governor Andrew Cuomo, Senate Majority Leader Dean Skelos, and Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver announced agreement Tuesday. The 2012-2013 New York State budget closes a multi-billion-dollar deficit, limits spending growth to 2% or less, and starts a New York Works task force that will eventually invest billions to rebuild the state's roads, bridges, and parks. In the process, Governor Cuomo says it will create tens of thousands of construction jobs. For the first time ever, it will coordinate spending on public projects by 45 state agencies that all have a say in state-backed construction work. Charlotte Community Association members fired questions at Rochester zoning officials Tuesday night, but they left the meeting seeming happier with the city's plan for a marina zoning district at the Port of Rochester. The city's been working on a special zoning code for the area around the former Rochester Ferry Terminal in Charlotte. It's rezoning a large parcel of city-owned land where it plans to develop a marina. 3 parcels have been designated for mixed retail and residential developments around the marina. The marina would handle boats for the project residents, but especially it would provide slips for visitors sailing the Great Lakes. After feedback from the Community Association and the Charlotte Genesee Lighthouse Historical Society, City Zoning Manager Doreen Kirkmeyer says they tightened the zoning so the proposed high-rises wouldn't overwhelm views of Lake Ontario and the Genesee River.
To protect this view shed, which we're creating to mitigate the loss of some views, we limited the height in here so that we have like this nice sort of, an expansive vista that goes out toward the harbor, and people can come up here and picnic and look at the marina and the boats.
The Lighthouse Society trustees were particularly concerned with the original environmental and zoning plans for the port redevelopment because it would have allowed up to a 12-story building right in the middle of the sight line between the lighthouse and Lake Ontario. The city has now spelled out in the proposed zoning law that nothing in the development can be taller than the lighthouse. Charlotte Community Association co-chair Kathy Strauss likes the changes.
We have some concerns regarding building heights, but we're very optimistic that we can work together with the city and that we can come to an amiable conclusion so that we can move forward and start groundbreaking very soon, I think in July.
The Marina District zoning plan should go to City Council next month for consideration. As for when it might actually be built, private interests would have to develop the project. It is expected to take years for the city's vision to bear fruit. Eastman Kodak Company has put a 12-month pay freeze on U.S. employees. That includes 5,100 people in the Rochester area. The wage freeze is part of Kodak's restructuring as it seeks to recover from Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The company isn't saying how much it expects to save as a result. Children and youth in the Rochester area are doing better on average than in the rest of New York. Education and the economy are in better shape than the state average, and so are the housing situation and technology industries. Those are the bright points of a report issued Tuesday by the group ACT Rochester, a collaboration of the Rochester Area Community Foundation and the United Way of Greater Rochester. Red flags for the Rochester area in the ACT snapshot include public safety, financial self-sufficiency, and the environment. And the health of local residents draws a caution signal. ACT commissioned the Center for Governmental Research to study and compile this community report card, rating Rochester and the 7-county region around it against state averages on everything from attendance at cultural events to average salaries and how involved people are in their local communities. In all, they rate more than 100 indicators. They say their goal is for people to learn about key issues, connect with others in the community, and act to promote change. Speaking of learning about key issues, there are links to the left of this window for more information on these and other stories. Next news as it happens on CNC, with updates when necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.